Ciao and welcome. Today I'll be doing chicken. This is a very easy and straightforward recipe, absolutely loved by children but also by adults, and it requires little effort, and the bonus tip is that you can do it in the oven, so even healthier. No need to fry, no need to tidy up afterwards. I'm using a chicken breast for this recipe, and if you can actually find chicken already sliced, great, even better, as you do not need to do this. But if you don't and you need to do this, make sure that you cut the chicken into fairly thin slices, maybe not bigger than 1 centimeter at the very top, something like this, and that will be fine. Also, just hold the chicken with your hand on one side and keep the knife on an angle so that you get some nice long strips of chicken. My first ingredient is some bread. This is stale bread which I'm putting inside a food processor. It is the best option for this recipe, but if you do not have stale bread and you've got access to breadcrumbs, by all means use your breadcrumbs, or you can also use breadsticks, but ideally stale bread is the best option. Another key feature is the herbs you use. I will be using a combination of rosemary, sage and parsley, but if you prefer different type of herbs, by all means you choose whatever that you like. These are my preferences. I'm also adding some paprika. This is sweet paprika. You can also use smoked paprika, but I would avoid having anything spicy, especially if you are making this for children. Next is a couple of medium-sized cloves of garlic, or a large clove if you prefer, or none if you don't like it. I'm now adding some Parmesan cheese, which in all fairness is a bit of an essential ingredient. However, if you don't like Parmesan or you find it a little bit strong, you can use a different type of cheese, maybe a mild cheddar or something similar, but do put some cheese in because it will really help with the flavor. I'm also adding a little salt, not a lot as the cheese is quite salty anyway, but a little will be fine. And also a little pepper. Be careful with pepper, especially if you're cooking for children. They might not particularly be keen on pepper, so you will have to be the judge of that. I'm now adding the zest from 1 lemon. Again, this is not a must ingredient. I love it because I think that lemon and chicken go very well together, but if you don't like it, you don't have to put it in. It's not going to be ruining your chicken. And my last ingredient for the breadcrumbs is a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. This will help blending everything together. And in it goes in the food processor. And I'm going to be blending away. Perfect. If you look, it's done. And make sure that you do not end up with a very fine product. The occasional big bit doesn't matter, you can take that out, but you want to make sure that you get a fairly chunky level of breadcrumbs, because that will go lovely and crispy once you cook in the oven. So this is perfect, and my god, the smell is amazing. I'm now breaking an egg in a bowl so that I can give a quick whisk with a fork. This is really helpful in bonding the chicken with the breadcrumbs. However, it's not always that essential, so if you don't want to add the egg, you can do without it, and the chicken by its nature is quite moist anyway, so it should be okay, but the egg will definitely help. I'm not adding any salt or pepper or spices to the egg, as I've already done that in the breadcrumbs, and I don't think it's necessary. It's just there to bond. So place some of your chicken inside the bowl with the egg and give it a good mix. Turn it around as well so that the chicken get covered with egg on both sides. So pick it up, place it on your breadcrumbs, use your fork to tap it down, and also bring some of the breadcrumbs on the top, tap it down. Go and find your chicken. You can use your fingers, of course. And place it in a tray which I've actually lined up with some baking paper. You can see why I used stale bread, because you see all these little pieces of chunkier bread, they will be visible on the top and they will go lovely and crispy when they go in the oven. There, I'm done. I've actually managed to fit it all in one tray, and just the right amount. But if you are making a larger quantity, make sure that you use a second tray and your chicken doesn't overlap, otherwise you will not be cooking properly. You want everything to be nice and crispy. I've got a little bit of a mix left over as well, which I'm going to be sprinkling on top of everything. And using my hands, I'm going to now tap everything down so that the breadcrumbs is totally absorbed by my chicken. And then before it goes in the oven, just a drizzle of olive oil on top. Again, not a lot, just a little to give that lovely crispiness and golden color. So the chicken is very thinly sliced, and it won't take long at all to cook. I'm going to be placing it in the oven for 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes at 200 degrees on a preheated oven. And then if necessary, a little bit longer or a little bit less, but I'll keep an eye on it and I'll let you know once it's done. So see you then. And they're ready. They've been actually in just under 20 minutes in my case, so that is perfect. If you look, they're lovely and crispy, and they smell absolutely wonderful. So I've placed a few on a plate, and I'm going to be putting some lemon as well, in case you fancy some lemon. We do. Yeah. And from a presentational point of view, not bad at all. So photos and thumbnails have been done, and I'll test it in a minute, but I just wanted to say that I have made a playlist called The Young Ones for children. So I've put some meals that they are very good for children, and if you are struggling with ideas and you want some help, have a look and see what you find. And this one will go straight into the playlist. My phone is got busy. It's really nice. The lemon is actually quite a nice touch to it. I did actually add at the last minute thinking, I like the lemon and chicken, so definitely delicious. Children might not like with the lemon, so you'll have to judge it, but absolutely wonderful. Ciao, thank you for watching, and see you later. Bye.